Now you're looking for trouble condition.
Hello and welcome to another episode of American Werewolves, where we talk all things horror. I am your co-host, Brandon.
I am Jerry.
And we are here to talk a new horror movie today for you. We got to see this one a little early, courtesy of Neon and AMC. And the movie that they let us see about a week early is The Monkey, the latest from Osgood Perkins. It is written and directed by him. This is just only, 5 months after Long Legs came out? Maybe 6?
About.
I'll say roughly around that time. And Long Legs, that movie blew him up last year. Like many have hailed him as like a new horror auteur. He is some say that's their favorite of 2024. Some say that's their favorite of all time. Jerry is one of those people. He can contest to that, and he will die on that hill forever, I'm sure. But this one is a little different from how Long Legs was. Long Legs was a very super serious police procedural crime thriller that got very, very dark and demonic. And this film also gets very dark, but it is a comedy at the same time. It is a very dark comedy with some very over-the-top horror elements to it, particularly the gore and a lot of the other situations that play out in this movie. It stars Theo James as twin brothers Hal and Bill, who are I'll say they're just forced to come back home due to an evil toy monkey that has tormented their family for years. It is loosely based on the Stephen King short story off of his anthology series, The Skeleton Crew. I never really heard too much about that collection, honestly. I've heard of the monkey short story before, but I never really paid too much attention to it until this movie started becoming a thing. I even read a little bit of this short story today, but I didn't get a chance to finish it, which I'll talk a little bit about that. And once we get further into the review and how it compares to, in the spoiler section, because I'm sure we have a lot to talk about. I think it's safe to say you and I were both pretty hyped for this movie.
Yeah.
When it was announced. I know you because you love Long Legs. And now you're just for sure set to watch anything Osgood Perkins makes. And for me, it was also for the director, but I think for different reasons. Whereas I was just more impressed that he pumped shit out super quick within a 5-6 month period. On top of this, he has another movie coming out later this year in October or September or October, something around there. Which is already, this is pretty insane. This dude is just working nonstop at this point.
He needs to not stop.
Yeah, keep going till you drop. So that's pretty impressive. So I was gonna see what can can really pump out just 6 months after a big hit of a movie, and also tackling it in a different subgenre, which I never really expected him to tackle. His movies have been so serious until this point that I was really shocked that he would tackle on something like this. It was so that got me really curious to see, to kind of see him stretch his skills as a director and do something different.
Mm-hmm.
So we have seen the movie. We are both out of the movie. What are your thoughts now on The Monkey?
This is what a horror comedy should be. Calling back to my review on Hard Eyes and how Hard Eyes tried to have funny lines and tell jokes, and that was what wasn't funny. This is what I was talking about. How the comedy came from just outrageous things happening.
Yeah.
And it wasn't anybody saying anything trying to be funny. It was elements happening within the world that were so out there. That's what was funny.
Yeah, the characters reacting to the situation.
Yes. And the situations themselves, Because the deaths in this movie are fucking wild.
They weren't lying with the promos of this movie when they said that this movie was fucked. Like, they live true to those words.
But it is a phenomenal film. If you have read The Monkey, it's very, very different. Because I've never read it, but I've read into it, like a synopsis of the plot and everything. Doesn't seem like a very long story, so I'm sure.
It's only 30 pages from what I saw.
Yeah, so liberties had to be taken to turn this into a film. But it's great. I loved every single second of this movie.
Nice. Definitely a nice palate cleanser from Hard Eyes for you, I guess.
Yes.
Now, I went in, this movie being my most anticipated horror of the year. And the same thing happened with Long Legs, where I went in and that was my most anticipated. I walked out of Long Legs, was not happy, was more confused. So confused I had to go back and watch it again, just to be sure I was right when I saw that I was just like not on the hype train of Long Legs like everyone else. Just was not for me. Not a bad movie, just not for me. Monkey, I go in hope so high, and I walk out. I don't know what other horror movie is going to top it for me this year already.
Yeah,
this movie is fucking awesome. I loved it. I was so into this movie. Like, I honestly feel like this movie was written for me as I was watching it. Like, I was just with the humor. I was with the horror. I was just along for the crazy ride that was going along. I guess in some aspects, I'm glad I didn't read all of the short story and just like the first like handful of pages, and I just went in blind. Maybe you can elaborate on some things for me.
I don't think reading the short story would have spoiled anything for you. Probably
not. I don't know too much into it, so maybe you could break it down later. But this movie it was a wild ride. You know me, I've been watching Twin Peaks lately, due to the late David Lynch. And this movie gave me Twin Peaks vibes throughout. Except that maybe it's a little more accessible than the actual show, but like it had the same type of atmosphere where it was just a lot of the characters were very eccentric. Like, sure, you come in for like the crazy kills and stuff and the deaths, but like the characters around this town and how they act and behave is what really like drew me in. I was very invested in this weird part of Maine that we were in, which is cool. I find that it's like this really weird oddball corner in this Stephen King Maine universe. It was really interesting to just see. I actually wish we saw a little bit more of the town and the crazy, characters surrounding it and living in it. Honestly, it kind of makes me wish this was a TV show over a movie at points. But I guess that's just more praise to like how Osgood crafts, his stories and his films overall. It was, I'm gonna just sound repetitive. I don't know. Like, it was just really cool. It was something I don't think we get a lot of in horror comedy, and it's something I think we need more of when it comes to horror comedies. I don't know, man. I'm at a loss for words on this one. I'm still like trying to process the movie, honestly. Now, let me ask you this. Do you prefer I think I know your answer. Do you prefer this one over Long Legs? No. Okay. I had a feeling that would be the case because I remember as I was driving, I was thinking, I don't think a lot of people are going to vibe with that movie for various reasons. Because I think the crowd that Osgood attracted with Long Legs and Black Coat's Daughter, I I don't know if they're gonna vibe with this one since it's so different and so goofy and over the top. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the movie does, as much as I love this movie, there are good amount of flaws like scattered throughout that I'll get to in a minute because I just couldn't ignore them. Um, oh man, I totally lost my train of thought on that one.
Longlegs is
Yeah.
There's kind of a mystery going on. Not kind of. There is a mystery going on within Longlegs.
Yeah.
This is very much. There's no mystery here. It is what it is. You're going in just to see how these events play out.
Yeah.
So Longlegs is, and there's nothing wrong with that. This movie is, like I said, for me, I'm giving this film a 10 out of 10. Like, I absolutely love this movie.
Yeah.
But it is just very like this. It's a monkey. Every time that it hits the drum, somebody dies. And that's you're just seeing how this plays out. There is a story to Longlegs. There is a mystery, and it's just a more fleshed out
It's a whole
film.
lore.
Yeah, and so that's why it's going to be it's not, I won't say number one, but it is going to surpass this film in my opinion.
Gotcha. Yeah. And that I completely get. Um, and I'm sure, his next film will be a little more on the side of long legs in terms of tone and stuff like that. I feel like this was just kind of him more just being like, man, I need a break. I need to do something fun. Like, I think he wanted to go back and to like maybe almost explore like why he grew up loving horror movies. And, you can't have the super serious and thought-provoking ones without the very violent, goofy, fucked up ones. Now, what did you think of, I guess, in terms of the structure of the movie, did it work for you? Because I felt like it was something that it was a little jarring at first when it was like on one timeline and then it cut to the next one, like not halfway through the movie, but a good chunk into the movie. You know what I mean?
Not really. Oh, like how, like the time jump?
Like it's focusing on them as like back in the day for a long, long time, when they're kids and stuff, as shown in the trailer.
Yeah.
Explores like the twins as kids, and then it'll go to like them as adults later on. How did you feel about the structure? Is there like a section of the movie that you felt like? Did you feel like the second half was slower than the first half? Because I actually talked to some friends afterwards, and they were saying they felt like the second half kind of started to feel like it was dropping the ball once it started exploring the adult people's lives.
Not necessarily.
They enjoyed. I guess they were more into the build up with them as kids. I don't know. It was something that they were discussing, and I thought it was kind of interesting.
No, I never felt that at all.
Okay. Yeah, no, because I thought it was. I mean, I thought maybe it was a little jarring at first, but it was like I was so invested at that point, I didn't care. I just wanted to see what the hell this monkey was going to do and what Theo James's character was all about. As I was saying earlier, Theo James, he's playing dual roles. He's playing Hal and he's playing Bill. Hal is, Hal's more, growing up, he was more of the timid guy. He was very, he got bullied a lot in school. And he would, he has a twin brother who just happens to be the biggest asshole ever. Like it per normally in Stephen King stories, there's always one bully and he is nasty. And the relation, I was gonna say, and the relationship between them is very interesting dynamic because with Hal, he's it shows very early on he doesn't like how Bill treats him. Bill's very much an ass, but Hal loves him, or at least he tries to love him. At least that's what he sees as love. And I guess it's something like him and his mother had taught them growing up. And it was just a very interesting dynamic seeing them growing up as kids versus where they end up as adults and where the story takes place, where the story continues, which we'll talk more into spoilers. I have a few things to say about the ending. So yeah, I really liked the dynamic, and I liked that Theo James was able to play dual roles as an adult. Because the kids are separate actors, right? Or were they the same?
Same kid.
Oh man, they did a good job. Like, kind of. I guess the glasses really did a good
I
job.
asked the same exact question while Emma and I were driving home. I was like, did that kid play both twins or did they get to, because I thought it was two different kids.
Yeah,
Um,
I could have sworn for a while it was, but I couldn't
she,
tell.
yeah, she looked it up. It's the same kid.
Okay. That's even more impressive.
Yeah.
I gotta look that kid's name up because I need to shout them out. Um, yeah, that kid is Christian Convery. Shout out to you, dude. Seriously, that is absolutely insane, insane work. Um, and then Theo James. Theo James. He doesn't. Theo James has been more, growing up. A lot of people knew him from like the young adult series Divergent, and he started gaining a little more popularity with season 2 of White Lotus, and now he's here doing horror. And so it's our first time really seeing him in a role like that, and I thought he did really good job for someone I don't see too much. I thought he was really great. Um, I liked how he I don't know. It's hard to pull off two different personalities like that, but I guess for an actor, it's nothing. But still, like to play that and like play against yourself like that on screen, it was crazy to see just a dynamic, even if it's just a casual conversation. So, props to him for that. Um, I thought he really did a good job as adult Hal. Things with adult Bill, though, I believe writing wise, I couldn't tell if it was writing wise or maybe it was acting wise. Things were a little long. I don't know. I guess they were a little off.
He was a goofier character.
Yeah, he was a much goofier character. I think it was more off because for Stephen King stories, I'm used to them being super like sinister and grimy. Um, and even I guess you can say like in terms of Long Legs, the villains in that are sinister and grimy too. So I don't know. I was guessing maybe I was thinking they were going to lean into something a little more serious with that, but maybe it could have messed with the comedic tone of the movie overall because this movie makes it clear it's not really trying to have you take it seriously.
I think if he, oh my god, I almost knocked my mic over.
Ooh.
I think if he wanted to, he very well could, and it still would have worked. Made um that character more serious,
Right.
and it still would have worked. But I do think the tone of the film throughout, like, to just keep the comedy aspect of it.
Yeah. Um, and it worked. It was, it's still a very fun performance to see with both those roles. Like, even if it was like a little like off for me to see him like that, you know what it was? It's Bill's mullet. Can't fucking stand it. I can't stand it, dude. I don't know what it is, just that look. I was just like immediate fuck you. I was like, just fuck you, dude. It just was so goofy for me. Even as the fucking girl next to me, I was like, "Is that goofy?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I thought." Yeah, it was like it was like funny. I don't know. I guess it worked. That was the part of the joke because every time I saw it, I couldn't help but laugh. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me." Um, but yeah, fun performance, and everyone else involved is great too. Elijah Wood has like a small little bit part. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen the bit part. Honestly, he's not in the movie much. I'm glad they didn't kind of play it like he was. Um, then we got Tatiana Maslany that plays young Bill and Hal's mother. She's very, very good. Most of you know her twerking on She-Hulk, which is pretty great. And then, oh yeah, Osgood Perkins pops up for a moment, which was great to see. That was an awesome cameo. Oh yeah, Rowan Campbell, your boy, Corey Cunningham's in this movie.
Who
Yeah,
was he?
take a guess.
Was he the kid with the long hair?
Yep,
That was him, really?
That was him. I had no idea that was him.
That's
Um,
fucking funny.
it was bugging the hell out of me. I was like, dude, move your eyes, or like move your hair. I can't see your eyes. Like, oh my god. He was fun to watch too. That was another character where like he was just so damn goofy. Like I had too much fun with him. He was just like this weird ass little stoner that lived in this town. Um, But yeah, man, I thought the performances were really good here overall. I I'm glad I saw it with a packed theater too. I don't know about your theater, mine was very packed.
Yeah, same.
Everyone was laughing, everyone was loving it. Like you could tell everyone was there because they really wanted to be there to just enjoy the experience of this movie early on, which is always nice. I'm always about that with theater experience. But yeah, I don't have much else to say about the movie other than I thought it's already my favorite of 2025, like above the companion for me this year so far. Um, I don't know. It's going to be very hard to top this one for me, but we still got 10 more months left, so we will see. Um, yeah, I think I'm ready to give my score on this one before we dive into spoilers. I'm going to go. Fuck it. 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. This movie is awesome. I actually cannot wait to go see this again. If that, like, I'm pretty sure that AMC Screams thing is like the monkey, so I might actually go back and check it out then.
What is?
The AMC Unseen Scream thing that they do, like the.
They're doing another one?
Yeah, it's coming up on Monday. I don't know what it is. Like they haven't revealed what the movie is, but I'm pretty sure it's the monkey. I don't know what else it would be. But I saw it was happening. But yeah, this movie, 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend. I say go see it.
Monday the 17th.
Yes.
It's Screen Unseen. It's not Scream Unseen.
Oh,
Their horror ones are usually Scream Unseen.
okay.
So I think this one's just gonna be like a standard feature film. It's not gonna be a horror.
Lame. Unless mine is doing it and yours isn't, because then that would be weird. I could have sworn I saw like the thing, but no, because then that wouldn't make sense. Then you would have it. That makes no sense. Either way, go see this movie. 10 out of 10. Again, go see this movie. We are going to do some brief spoiler talk, I guess, about more stuff in the ending. So please, if you have not seen this movie, go away. Come back later once you've seen it. And then tell us what you thought. And then you can join the conversation. And on that note, spoilers. The plot with what was it? The brother trying to kill Hal. Did you feel that was like wrapped up a little too quick? I kind of felt like they rushed it a little bit.
I didn't necessarily feel that.
No. I don't know. I mean, look, the movie's already got the movie. Like, it's clear, like all the characters in this one are fucking weird and they're batshit a little bit. They grew up fucked off, clearly. So I don't know. I just felt like I was expecting more of a reaction from Hal, from his brother's attempts to kill him, I guess. But he was just kind of more like, "Oh, come on, just like hang with us and stuff." I don't know. That part felt a little odd, but again, this movie's tone is so odd. It's kind of hard to put my finger on it. I can't tell. Like, this is a really weird movie to describe.
I think Hal also can relate because he did try to kill his brother himself.
There is that too.
And I think, in the beginning, or once we get to adult Hal, he does mention how he tries to keep a distance from family, and maybe he's just tired of doing that, and he, like, spending time with Petey, he's like, I do want to be around family. Because he knows that he knows that eventually he is going to lose Petey. And he's like, I need somebody.
No, that's actually a very valid point to put that. Damn. No, that is really, really no, that is very well put. No, that just honestly makes me want to go watch this movie immediately again and like view it in that context, honestly. I can't wait to watch this movie again. I definitely want to go see this one more time in the theater. But yeah, that was the only thing that really popped out to me that I was like, that seemed a little odd. But I don't know. Either way, ended with a fun moment. I remember literally saying out loud to the brother, because he kept doing like the psych thing as he was trying to get his brother back up. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh my god, just fucking kill this guy already! I can't stand him." And then literally right then, just shot a cannon to the face. Um. Oh, favorite death scenes. We have to go over this. Um. Dude, I love that wasp's nest one.
Yeah, that was fucking wild.
That was crazy. Oh my god, just seeing his face like deteriorate and fall off slowly by the end there, that was insane.
I think my favorite one though is his aunt.
Oh my god, with the fire on the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one got spoiled online. That was the online clip released. They didn't show her getting her face slammed into the thing though.
Yeah.
They showed her face catching on fire and her running around the house, and then it cuts.
Yeah, like that scene is in the trailer, but like her running into the sign, like the post, like
That was the moment.
Yeah, it's very unexpected.
Yeah. I loved it though. That death was awesome. I liked the lawnmower one where the guy watching over the fence and splashes it, and he's just drinking a beer. That one was hilarious. I love the stoner priest. Just trying to talk. I know it's not a death, but him just trying to talk. It just was funny as hell to me.
You know what I found interesting?
Mm.
Everybody's death was something absolutely wild.
Yeah.
And at this freak accident. Their mom, hers was of natural causes. Like something a coroner could explain as natural causes, which they do. And I found that interesting. Why hers was so
tame.
Yeah, and everybody else's was absolutely horrible.
I guess.
I know because
it's maybe the monkey was. All I can think of was like the monkey was limited by the resources around them on who it wanted to pick, or it just had to think quick because it just wanted to traumatize the brother.
I know why, because like, you want that kind of emotional scene, and giving her a crazy death wouldn't have gotten like that emotion that they wanted for because it's supposed to be, a very important like hit in the film. But in terms of story element, why the monkey was so like merciful with her, I guess.
I don't know. I don't think I can find really an answer on that now unless I rewatch it.
Yeah.
I guess because the only way I can really think that it would make sense is just like not from a story perspective. It's just from a director's perspective.
Yeah. No, and that's 100% what it is.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just one of those. I guess it's just a style choice more than anything. But I don't, unless there is something I'm not seeing, but I don't think so. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there was any other death scene that was really as tame on that level. Everything else was wildly fucked.
Yeah.
Super over the top. I was gonna say there was another one. The Stampede one I found quite funny. Oh, shout out to Adam Scott for that opening cameo.
Yes.
That was hilarious. I was a little confused on whose dad he was, though.
He's their dad.
Yeah, it was a little confusing because the stoner kid, Thrasher, Ricky or whatever his name is, his dad was also a cop, and he had the same.
Their dad wasn't a cop. He was a pilot.
Hold up. Is he a pilot? Yes, he was. Because my friend took a clip. I see it. Yeah, he is a pilot. Yep.
Because what's their mom's name? Lois. He mentions how she could have been his stewardess and he could have taken her with him, but he didn't.
Okay, yeah. So I was mad confused. Yeah. That threw me off, and even threw me some people off afterwards. We were a little confused on that, but I assumed from the beginning that was their dad. Um, but yeah, I was like, wait, hold on one second. I don't know. That's just the brain working, not working. Either way, shout out to that cameo. I loved it. It was hilarious. That opening scene really did set the tone perfectly, especially when he pulled out that flamethrower. Awesome shit. But yeah, no, I mean that's all I really can think
You
of.
you know what the ghost riding the horse at the end was about?
Dude, okay. I was very thrown off by that. I don't know if that was. I don't know because the son saw it too.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is um this monkey could, if used, not even if used, because he does it on does it on its own, could end the fucking world if it wanted to.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, it just went full whiplash at the end. It just went batshit. It
yeah.
started just drumming and drumming and drumming, and then you look outside, everything went to shit.
The only thing I can think of is that was supposed to be like one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse,
Ooh,
because in the Mist, that Stephen King show, the
yeah,
four horsemen of the apocalypse do make an appearance in that show.
interesting. I honestly could think that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Um, my theory was it was a lot uh, a little more over the top or convoluted. But do you remember that scene in Harry Potter 6, I think, where they see like the type of horse, but only the people that have experienced death could see it?
Yeah.
I thought it was something like that, where maybe like the son and him could see it now, and the whole town could see it because there was nothing but death surrounding it. So it was one like some spirit that was just able to like venture about. I don't know. That's where my brain went. I didn't really know too much on it. I didn't have many theories, but now that you said the whole mist theory and knowing how Stephen King stories are usually always connected, uh, yours makes way more sense. um, but yeah, no, I completely forgot about that bit until you have brought it up.
Because they don't even try to explain it.
No, which I like. They could have easily also tried to explain the monkey, but I'm glad they didn't. I didn't really want an explanation on the monkey. I was fine with him just being the monkey. um, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to rewatch it soon and get some more ideas on it. But as of right now, this is one of my favorites of 2025. It'll probably be one of my favorites till the end of the year. And I encourage you, if you have just ignored us and listened to the spoilers, and you have still debated on seeing this movie, just go see it. Please go see it. It's so good. 10 out of 10. Loved it. Check it out. But that's gonna be all my thoughts on this movie. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you once again for clicking on us and listening. We really do appreciate it. It's always fun talking horror movies, especially new, really cool horror movies. We got so many coming out this year. We got Sinners coming out. I saw the latest trailer on that, and that one I cannot wait. That one's going to be really, really cool. We got Ash, which looks like it could be a really cool horror sci-fi. Some crazy visuals for sure. And then we have Opus, actually, the new A24 movie.
That's weird, yeah.
It looks strange. I don't know. It could be really cool, or it could just be very boring. I don't know. I think I'll check it out, but we'll see. That's definitely a we'll see one. But it looks interesting. Um, but yeah, other than that, um, I don't know what the next episode is going to be. We have Yeah, no, I'm not sure. But we will be back very soon, whether we're talking movies or whether we got something else going on. We do have some more things in the works, so definitely stay tuned for that. That is going to do it again for this episode. Hit that like button and subscribe to us so you can stay updated onto our latest episodes. Once again, I am your co-host, Brandon.
Hi, I'm Jerry.
You should not go looking for
Spooky.
trouble.